Hi, my name is Linda and I'm an Art2Ride Associate Trainer in Denmark. With me today is my 20-year-old mare, Regitse, and 6 days ago I showed you a video of some work in hand, and today I'm going to show you work in hand and some ridden walk work. For a while my goal with this horse has been to keep her relaxed and be able to work her in the whole arena. She has always had a tendency to pick out one or two spots in the arena, and then she wouldn't pass those spots. And now I feel it's time to really work on that problem. And in our last session, I wasn't asking for very much activity because my goal was to keep her relaxed and see if I could keep her going and pass the dangerous spot. I'm always starting the session with this horse with work in hand, and I'm trying to do the same things as I would when I was riding her, and then I'm hoping to transfer the relaxation from the work in hand into the riding. We are still not there yet, but she's getting better, so I hope it won't be long, but you will see when we get to the written part. But today in the work in hand I'm asking for more activity compared to our last session, and that helps me with the lateral work, and she's doing a nice leg yield here. Now this horse has always been difficult regarding the contact on the reins. I could have contact when I was jumping her, but I've never been able to have a good contact when I was doing flat work. So that's also something that we are working on. So I'm trying to keep the contact on the outside rein, but it's a really light contact, and I'm not so very worried about the inside rein. I will try to keep a contact on the inside rein when she's walking straight, but when she's stepping under herself with her inside hind, then she's bending through her whole body, and I can feel the contact on the inside rein is really light, and I like to be able to give the inside rein and see if she wants to stay in that bend. So you will see that my inside rein are often loose. This was shoulder 4, and compared to the last session we did, it is better in this session because she's a little bit more active. I cannot really use the whip on this horse. I can only very carefully try to touch her with it, but I have to use my voice to make her move forward. And so here she's stretching quite nice, and I'm making sure that she's keeps stepping under herself. So now we are going to change to the other side, but it's it's difficult to start a horse at the age of 18 and trying to make that horse do some completely different work compared to what she did before. I thought it would take me 2 years, but I can see now that this is going to take me much longer. It's not only her body I have to straighten out, it's also her mind and old habits. And you will see here sometimes when I'm trying to ask her to move forward, she will, instead of moving more actively, she will take shorter steps. Tense up a bit. So it can be really difficult to make things flow with this horse. Compared now, this with her tendency to look at things makes it really difficult to get a good flow in the session. But I'm happy that she's doing better in this work in hand session compared to the last time. So I'm trying just to take one day at a time with this horse and be happy if there is improvements on a given day. And I'm not planning in advance what I want to do in a session with her. I'm trying to see how she is, and then I'm working from that. But the last couple of days she's been doing quite good in the work in hand, and so I have started to do the Ridden walk work. But if she has been too tense in the work in hand, then I wouldn't have ridden her. So again, I'm doing the same things as I did on the other side, and I'm doing shoulder 4, and it is her difficult side, but I think she's keeping her rhythm and she stays in a stretch, so to me that's good enough. And so I end this on a circle. Trying again to have her step under herself and keep her in a good stretch. And so I think she did quite good in this work in hand. There are always things that can be improved, but I can't fix everything in one session. Sometimes I have to pick and choose. So this was our work in hand session, and in a moment we are going to the Ridden work. and it's not exactly the perfect time to try to get this horse completely relaxed in the ridden work. It's really windy, and it's getting really cold here in Denmark, but you will see. Now I always give a treat when I'm mounting, and it's not just because I want to give a treat. It's because there was a time when I had a lot of pain in my back, and I had to make sure that the horses would stand completely still, and so I just kept on doing this. We never know when the pain is coming back. So this is the ridden work, and she's starting out quite nicely. When she's stretching deep, I can keep the contact, but when she's coming up, it can be difficult. She will try to curl back, and I have to ask her to step under, or try to have her move a little bit more forward so that she will stretch her nose out in front of the vertical. And so when she lifts her head, I raise my hands. Oh, here she saw something. So I lift my hands when she is coming up, and she will usually tend to curl back when I'm doing that. Sometimes I try to widen my hands instead. That depends a little bit of the length of the reins and the situation. And this is the end of the arena, where she tends to spook and tense up and won't pass. But it's when I'm on the left lead, then she's doing okay, and on the right lead I usually get some problems when I'm riding up this long side. So I'm trying to keep her active, and she will slow down a little bit when she's stretching deep, and then when she comes up I try to ask her to move forward and see if I can get her to take contact on the reins. And it's really difficult up in this end. It's I have tried almost everything to get this to work. I have also stayed on a circle in the other end of the arena, and that doesn't help. Every time I'm closest to this end, she will tense up and look at things. So after she spoke there, she's it's a bit messy for a moment, and then she begins to relax again. So I will stay with this walk work until I feel that she's more consistent in the stretch, and until I can ride her in the whole arena. And I don't think it will take me so long. You can see that she's curling back here, and I'm trying to see if I can make her step under herself, and then I use the leg yield to get that. But she's still not accepting the contact. And there it comes, and that's what I want to be more consistent. It's only in the deep stretch that she accepts that contact on the reins. So I would like her to work from around the knee height and down. And here it gets difficult again. So again, I'm in the moment trying to use the leg yield to have her step under and begin to stretch into the contact. And here she's doing really nice. And it is like, I feel like I have to keep her focused on the work, and I will probably have to have her step under more often, just for 1 or 2 steps, and try to see if I can keep her consistent. So it's not just her, it's also me who has to figure out how I shall respond on her behavior. But I really enjoy riding her, so I'm looking forward to get this problem fixed. And so here I try to make her step under a few steps, and then I use the leg yield again, and I would like her to stretch deeper. And again, when she comes up, I make her yield, but only for 1 or 2 steps. And then she stretch again. And I want to do that in this end of the arena when she comes up and look at things, but it gets so much more difficult when she are not paying attention to me. So here I'm doing a shoulder 4, and she's actually staying in a pretty good stretch. And afterwards it's even better. And it's a really good feeling riding her when she's relaxing and stretching. And if I could have that going on for longer periods of time, I would also be able to begin to ask for even more activity. She has been walking better than this, but I have never gotten to the point where she's been completely consistent. And here I'm happy because I could have the contact on the rein and could try to correct the angle of the shoulder 4. And before she would have come out of the stretch if I had corrected her. So even though this is a step back, there are still improvements compared to, let's say, 6 months ago. I've had problems with her for quite some time now, so this year has not been a great year, but still she has improved in some ways. She has not been out of work. I have still done walk work, and I have worked her from the ground. And here struggles again. And the problem is also that I can't use the whip. If I do that, she will completely tense up. And she will look like I have beaten her. So again, this is our difficult side, and I gave up on that shoulder 4. I couldn't really control the angle or so in this walk work she has some really good moments, and those moments are better than they were before. So I try I always try to look at what was good in a session and try to build on that. I don't want to think so much about all the bad things. We are getting to the end of this really soon, and I'm ending the session on a circle. it is of course easier for me to just stay on a circle. But she's been worked for so long that I think it's time for her to move around in the whole arena. She's walking quite nicely here. So I have the feeling that what we are missing are that last bit of relaxation and have a not spooking of everything. And when I have solved that, then it will be so much easier. So this was our short session. I hope you enjoyed it. It wasn't perfect, but it was a little bit improved compared to my previous days. So I'm happy about it. And well, thank you for watching and see you next time.